227-338-923. Kenny Mac Home Mortgage is a licensed lender by the Colorado Mortgage Company Registration.
I think that the people, it's the best place how the clients can use it.
And we're back.
Sorry.
And I believe we have another caller on the line. We are talking about video and live streaming video in real estate and the value this has to both the buyer and the seller when buying and selling a house. We have another caller on the line. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Sonia. Is that you?
Hey, Tim. So sorry. I got the times mixed up.
Not a problem. I know you're in Chicago, so it could have been time zone situation.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
No problem. We just had George on. I know you know George. He's in Florida, and you're in Chicago. And how many streams have you done? We took George's answer. How many streams have you done?
345.
345. You guys are both beating me by a lot. But so
how many streams have you done, Tim?
I'm at about 150.
All right.
Somewhere around there between the Tim Judge account and HomeSearchTV.com account. I'm approaching 200 pretty quickly.
You need to do some more.
Yes, well, I plan on I'm going to do a big challenge. I know there's a 100-day challenge out there right now. I'm going to do something like that for the new year. There'll be a lot on there.
No, I checked. It's 456.
There you go.
Wow,
she wanted the
even
top
more.
spot.
Yeah.
Are those, hi Sonia, this is Scott. Are those broadcasts all real estate related, or regarding how you service real estate clients?
No, not all of them. The majority, I would probably say 90% of them are.
Okay.
She's a juicer.
Juicer.
She does juicing.
Yeah, I do juicing and I tour the city as well. City of Chicago as well.
Well, I'd consider the tours part of the real estate, the community. I mean, you could definitely loop that into the community aspect. What streams that you have done have gotten your best engagement? What people react to the best?
What people react to the best, I've noticed, since I'm in that full scope with the status,
Yes.
is basically the scope where I involve my clients with me.
So I was mentioning while we were just off air on the break that you scoped today about an inspection.
Yeah, I did. So basically, of course, I get permission from my clients and my home inspector. But every time that I'm on with my clients, especially with my home inspector, I get a lot of views. And people seem to resonate more with that. It's more of a story. They can see, it's not only through my eyes, but also through the buyer's eyes as well.
Right. And do your buyers go back and look at the scopes themselves and then, remember things? I mean, is that a good thing for them?
They do all the time. Yes, they do. They go look at the replay.
Right.
My home inspector does as well. My lenders do. My sellers as well.
Right.
How about closing?
Well, I don't think the closing would be very exciting, watching everybody sign.
No, but it's the culmination, from beginning hi, hello to congratulations.
Well, yeah.
Well, maybe just the very beginning of it and then the very end of it.
I got it. Yeah.
But inspections and of course community tours, but the inspections I think were great. That was great today that you're, going over all the little things that people, don't look at when they're just falling in love. They're just, then someone comes in, then Dr. Phil comes in and rips the house apart and gives them the real deal, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So I always love to watch those scopes of yours too, because you are very thorough and I do enjoy them.
Sonia, when you're given the scope, are people, your client and others, interacting the whole time? Are people asking questions, I guess, via Twitter? What's going on with that? Is the inspector going to check under the sink? I mean, is it back and forth?
Yeah, absolutely. I get all types of comments, and I'll get feedback from the audience as well, in terms of, did they check that, or what's going on with that, or why, they ask the who, the what, the where, the why.
Okay, so the people who, I got a question. So someone not involved in the transaction is asking questions?
Again, real estate is very intriguing to the world.
It's
so
everyone's
the guts
biggest
and
purchase.
the nuts and bolts of HET, the stuff they don't show.
Right.
Absolutely. They want to see what is really going on behind the scenes. And Sonia, I have a question for you too. How do the sellers feel about this when you're live streaming a home inspection?
They love it. Yeah,
They do.
I don't mean to get you off.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, they love it. They love the fact that I'm using live streaming. They don't know of other realtors that are doing that. And just the fact that their property is getting more exposure to sell it quicker.
Exactly.
They're loving it. I mean, I even have my sellers on there, and they start talking about the property to the audience as well. And then they start coming in back and forth, commenting back and forth.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Right. I think it's very authentic. This type of video is man on the street or woman on the street in your case, Sonia, but
Selling.
it's a very direct and authentic, so that you're not getting a staged situation. And when the sellers are seeing the reaction from buyers or the people looking at it like, oh, that the foundation has a crack, that's ridiculous. I think I've said crack house on one of your videos before. But when you see that, and you know the seller's like, oh, the crack's not a big deal. But when 10 people go, oh, what's it going to take to fix that? What kind of hassle would I go through? Then it becomes real in everyone's mind about the situation, about the house, whatever condition it's in. But everyone is then on the same page. So it's a great equalizer to what people are really looking at, and maybe things that people haven't noticed that they should notice. So I think it's a tremendous educational experience to go and watch the videos that you put out.
And then you also have a group of people that can communicate back with you if you have concerns when you're there live.
Yeah, well, you would get
Regional
when the buyers go back and look
safety.
back, they would see other people commenting on different questions, and maybe they didn't address it. Maybe you couldn't bring that up in time, but someone else said something that they might want to address that didn't get addressed during the inspection that they want to dig deeper into or something like that.
Sonia, let me ask you, what did you think of my suggestion? If you heard it before, if not, I'll say it again, where you might preview properties, and that might be another reason to work with you versus others, that you'll do the legwork and let people see and almost eliminate the houses that they may suggest from their search.
Yeah, I mean, that works too. Actually, that's already working without even me.
Are you doing that?
Like specifically for a person, because what's happening is that as I'm touring with my clients, the other people see and they're like, oh, I know that your buyer didn't like that one, but I like that one, and so I'll get a look at that.
But what about without your clients, when you're really just previewing like the old school, instead of taking photos and maybe sending them? What do you think about doing without clients, just kind of doing the legwork?
Kind of like if someone's in New York and they want to buy a property.
No, where are you located? Chicago? What if they're just in Chicagoland and they don't feel like leaving their house and they want to hire you to do that?
Yeah, there's actual service. I just saw on a Facebook group somewhere. There's an actual service. I forgot what it's called.
Teleport me?
Yeah, it's something like that. There's an app, and then you can just hire. I think it's $3.99 per tour, and they're using it more for the rental market out in New York. But yeah, I mean, that would be great too here.
Yeah, I think I've
Tell
heard
us
of
about
that.
that.
I've heard of that service. It's basically hiring periscopers. They match up periscopers wherever their location is. If people want to go and see a certain venue for any reason, for a wedding or an event or something, any reason you want to send someone in there, you can basically hire a scoper to go in and look around for you, so that they can be your eyes to do that. And
that's such a great idea, because the website is often different than when you actually arrive.
When you say $3.99,
Right.
$3.99?
I don't know what.
Yeah, from what I know from that particular, I mean, there might be more. I don't know. This is the only one I've heard of so far. It's like $4, $3.99. I don't know if it's per every 10 minutes, or I didn't really look too much into it, but I do know it's around that amount.
Yeah. I didn't look into signing that up. That's like, I think I read about somebody who was wanted to be an Uber driver, so they got to know the neighborhood better. This would be like you could be a scoper for people that would go around and videotape the community and what's going on and get paid for it by people on Periscope.
This was specifically for like rentals, so someone would go in there and show them a rental because they were interested. A tenant would be interested in the rental. But I mean, same thing with like purchasing property, same thing.
I'm also friends with another guy. I couldn't get him on the show, but Find My Place NYC. He does a lot of rentals property in Manhattan. So, and I think he was featured on CNBC. Did you see that article? He was on the CNBC website. But he's doing Periscope. He's doing Periscope for rentals in Manhattan.
Okay, so here's my question. So they're not realtors, obviously, or licensed.
The Teleport Me one will hire anybody to go and do that.
Okay, so they're just basically just, I want to say videographers, but I guess you call them scopers, right? So
If you
How do they
have
get
a realtor
access?
like his with the Buick that doesn't have a smartphone, you have to hire the Teleport person
Okay.
to go out with Scott.
But that realtor,
or
the
that
Buick, still could
person.
get
So
in.
now, obviously, they would have to get the listing agent's permission to do
Yes,
so.
I would.
And
I
they
would
go and they
absolutely
do
think that.
this.
Yeah.
I would imagine that a lot of listing agents would either hire these people to do it for them or do it themselves and get it out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the thing about these, quite honestly, the reason why I love these apps so much is because it is super simple. It's just so easy to turn on the camera. It's like if you've taken a picture or filmed your kids singing happy birthday, then you can turn on this camera and walk around a house and interact with people. You don't have to be nervous that you're going to be in front of 10,000 people. It's going to be, you'll have a dozen people show up and you can tell your friends to watch what you're doing and build upon what you have going. It's really a very, very simple way to use it.
Should sellers expect or they welcome a Periscope video in addition to the video done on the listing?
I don't think they're
Absolutely.
aware of it. How
Right.
many sellers are aware of
None.
this?
No.
They're not. You have to make them aware. They don't even know. Some people don't even know what Periscope.
Right. So it's really the agent's job to differentiate themselves once again and say, look, this is what's available. And again, remember, this has only been around less than a year, or about a year, right?
Right.
So this is very new technology.
So this
and
should be in
sellers are
addition
not
to the
they're not
professional video of
understanding
the
it.
house, you think?
I'm sorry?
This is like a homemade video, so this
It should be in addition to, yes, that's what I think.
I think
Tim,
so.
do you
What
agree?
think?
Yeah, well, either way, I think that you have people out there that do studio type versions of the house, and they're beautiful. They take time and production and money, where this will give you a much more realistic sense. So I think that this is more effective. And as Sonia said, she gets more engagement when there's a buyer or somebody there that's involved and really and invested in making a purchase. So you get that kind of interactivity on your video. It becomes more effective when there's other people involved. So
Right.
when you have the interaction, it's more powerful than your staged and beautiful.
That's the answer. So
Right.
one is
But I
there's
would
no one in
imagine
mind.
if you have that staged video that looks really beautiful and you've invested in this for marketing purposes, and then you go out and you do a Periscope on this and you get the engagement, when people see the Periscope, they're more inclined to go look at your site on this and see what it really looks like, and
Yeah.
because one is real time and the other is
So if you sat at the
is
dining room
marketing.
table with the looks might look better because it might be a beautiful sunny day versus a cloudy day that you're there, it's still giving people a sense of confidence. Oh, there's the table. That's where we'd be sitting. That's
Right.
where.
Well, one is very real, and one is for marketing purposes.
Exactly.
And I think even if you were just marketing yourself, take the house out of the picture. And when we were talking about that 6-second video, I'm about to do an open house. This is very real. When Tim stands there and does something like that, again, more people are inclined to now go check out the website for that house and go look at the professional photos.
It's kind of like a
and the
headshot
professional
versus
video.
you being in your bathroom.
Right.
I like that one.
Well,
You like that?
only you would like that. You come out with the most bizarre things.
That's a great analogy.
Sonia, last question. Have you have you gotten buyers or sellers out of this?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on my third home buyer. We actually got an accepted offer today.
Excellent.
And I am working also with an investor because that's really my goal is to get more investors for more listings.
So it works.
So the investor, we're under contract as well. So that's my third.
Excellent. Well, I don't want to cut you off, but I wanted to thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Sonia.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, and Tim, how do we reach you for
I'm,
anyone who would like to get in touch with you?
Tim at HomeSearchTV.com, and so you can find me on HomeSearchTV.com.
Awesome. Thank you very much for being here and sharing all of your wonderful information. And Scott, how do we reach you?
Easily. S. Forcino at ExitRealtyGroup.com.
And of course, I am Victoria Rivadeneira, And I can be reached at victoriariva.com, where you can find all of my information, including social media, telephone number, and all other contact information. We want to thank you very much for joining our show today, and we look forward to having you join us next week.
Merry Christmas.
From the Entergy Studios, it's
Thank you, Tim. That was really good videos.
Good. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, they were good too.
That went quick.
Yeah,
It
that was
always
a good
does.
show.
That was a fast hour.
Yeah.
Charges pending.
That was good information, Tim.
I tell you, it was good information because I mean, maybe you guys are crazy.
What is with you and your
With what?
Buick and your
Sally
Shaggy
Souther?
Rug and your Sally Southers and
Sally-
Robbie
Sally
Byer?
Souther.
Well, that's
Trying to.
crummy how. Oh, you know, it's a mess.
Thank you, Sonia. She's still online. Thanks, Joe is still in there. Let's see who's in there. And before we go, my friend Joe, Veronica the Realtor, Lenny, and of course George Oberster from Red Hot Naples. Thank you all for showing up, and we'll